You keep seeing on people's stories results, wins, people talking about making money online from a phone or a laptop. And the people that you see winning are even less qualified than you. You're probably sat there thinking, how are they actually going ahead and doing this? Because let's be honest, you've probably been on the sidelines watching this type of content for a while now. Just consuming, telling yourself in the back of your mind, you're going to eventually look into it and you'll start properly when it's right. But it gets to that point where it's not just curiosity anymore. For me personally, it got to a point that I didn't want to just sit there pretending to be productive just to release dopamines in the back of my mind. You actually want something to change. So within this video, I'm not going to hype you up, I'm not going to release dopamines, I'm not going to make you feel good about yourself. I'm going to break down exactly how you can get started within the next 30 days with remote closing. I'm going to give you actual steps, not just some general advice that you can apply straight away. Stay till the end of the video. I'm going to make a prediction about remote closing and online business in general in 2026 that I guarantee will save you years of wasted time. Before we start, just to give you a brief introduction of who I am, at 16 years old, I was released from a professional football academy, as you can see here. I was an ambitious guy, wanted more for myself, football wasn't the way, ended up having to get 2 jobs, working 10-hour days at jail. I was working in a restaurant and as a cleaner as well, straight brokey, to where I'm there, looking handsome, financially free, traveling the world, only working 4 to 5 hours a day, simply from mastering this skill set, okay? And it's not just done it for myself, I've helped Charlie hold his old weekly wage in a day, as you can see there, Sumil going from 2K a month to 2K in a day, and Nathan crushing his first 10K a month. So just to show you this isn't something that, you know, everyone is out of order, it's out of reach, that these people are probably less qualified than you, and they've done it for themselves, okay? So let's go into the reasons. In order to actually know how to succeed, it's important to know the opposite, right? So the same way that if you want to do good, you have to know what's evil, right? So why are the reasons that people don't succeed? Because people are coming into remote closing every single day. Why won't they succeed? Very important. Firstly, you have the incorrect internal beliefs. You have to understand that beliefs drive actions, actions drive decisions and results, okay? So if from the very core you have bad beliefs, that's gonna cause you to, you know, take incorrect actions and have incorrect results, okay? The next one is you have goals but not standards. Very different between the two, okay? Because people don't rise to their goals, they fall to their standards. So if your standard is the 9 to 5 you're living now, even though you want more, just making £80 a day, working a construction job or whatever, an office job, that's what you're gonna live, because that's what you tolerate and accept for yourself, okay? The next thing, you don't know where you're going. You don't have exactly clarity on where you want to go and how you're going to get there. And the next thing, you're not intentional enough, you don't have a weak driver. Like, just to give you a bit of context, guys, my driver was, you know, being able to help my family out, being able to practice my religion freely as a Muslim, being able to do the things that I want in life. That was something that drove me throughout my journey. And when I was going through tough times, that's something that I reminded myself with, okay? Now, I'm going to break this down very simply. Success in remote closing is based upon 2 things, okay? These are the main 2 things. If these 2 are good, you will succeed, okay? So the first thing is the skill set, and the next thing is opportunity. Now, Cam, what the hell does that mean? I'm not really sure. You know, I know what remote closing is, but what the hell is it, okay? Now, the skill set is what actually happens when you're on these calls, okay? For context, you're going to be taking calls for influencers online. So those influencers you see on the ads, hey, DM me the word this and I'll send over my free training. Those guys, they have programs anywhere from 2K up to 50 bags, up to 50 grand, okay? Now, as closers, we take the calls over a Google or Zoom meeting. We get 10 to 15% commission of every deal that we close, and we just collect cash on these calls, okay? So the skill set's everything that happens on these calls, okay? That's what we're going through. So what you actually say and the questions that you ask, how you trigger someone to pay you that amount of money, how to trigger buying behavior, and actually help the person on the other side, right? So we're not just scamming people, we're not just, you know, ripping them off their money, we're actually helping people become people they want to be and help them step into that identity, okay? And the way you want to think about it is intentions and getting the person to commit to a decision that serves them and their goals, that serves them and their goals, okay? Now, the framework that you're going to use on these calls, okay, if you're just a beginner, you're hopping on these calls now, what the hell do you do? Okay, first of all, what you're not going to do is use a script, okay? Why? Controversial opinion. When was the last time you spoke with a script? Does that sound like you? People in the space now are sounding nothing like themselves. I'm someone from the UK. Why am I going to use a script of someone from America, from Arizona, who's 40 years old? It doesn't sound like themselves. And a conversation is something that's free flowing, and it's very important that you have conversational flexibility. Okay, so this is my framework that I've used, the exact frameworks I use and all my students use to close these deals consistently, be able to generate 7 figures financial freedom, this is exactly what I do. Take this in, okay? So the 5 doors you must open on every single call. It's very important to understand when you're on a sales call is you want to focus on outcomes from the prospects, from the person on the other side of the screen. So these are the stages, the 5 doors that you must open on every single call, okay? So the first one is a clear specific goal. You need to get the person to admit a clear specific goal. Do not accept just making more money, okay? So my first question will be simply something like, what's the biggest reason you're looking to make more money online with remote closing? If someone was on my offer, for example, okay? Current situation, okay? What do they do now? Why they want to change, how it feels, why is their current situation not getting the outcome that they want? So if someone's looking, whether it's someone looking to make money online, they're working a 9 to 5, do you feel that 9 to 5 is leading to the absolute freedom that you want? No. Why is that? So we're going more into the current situation, the desired outcome, what their life looks like. Cool, man. So like aside from the money, aside from like more zeros in the bank, what version of yourself is on the other side of that 10K a month, 20K a month? What does life look like then? Be specific. Where are you living? Okay? How does that, influence you and your family's relationship with each other? How does that affect you and your kid? What are you able to do for him that you're not able to do now? These things, you're getting the person to think of their reality, their future desired outcome. The next is cost of inaction. What happens if nothing changes? If the same beliefs, the same patterns of behavior continues, the same identity, who are you letting down? What would happen then? What would life look like? What would your son be? Your son who wanted you to step up and spend more time with him, what would happen if you continue just working that job for 60 hours? How would that affect you in your relationship? How do you feel your son would perceive you? These are the things that we're getting into on the sales school for people to commit to a decision, buy very expensive stuff, okay? Actionables. How are you actually going to get good? Because it's all good me telling you the framework, but how are you actually getting good? Okay, now the hard thing about it is with this, you need review, okay? Now, because the problem is you can be doing something consistently wrong. It's the reason why people, invest into themselves to get direct feedback. And if you want more of that direct feedback, I've got a link in the description where you can apply to work with me and my team one-on-one, see if we can even help out, because it will speed up that process. But if you're not in a position to do so, no problem. Here's some actions that you can do. Join every free WhatsApp, Discord, Telegram school. I'm not even joking. Join every single free WhatsApp, Discord, Telegram school remote sales group, inshallah. So join all of them, speak to as many people as you possible, set up 6 to 8 mock calls on your calendar as if you had an offer. So literally get people's emails in the group, set up your calendar as if you were on an offer. 6 to 8 calls a day, keep doing those mock calls with that framework that I used, get feedback from people who are better than you, instantly implement that feedback without question, okay? Do that consistently. 4 weeks, 6 weeks, you're going to be 10 times better if you actually do it, okay? Opportunity. Now, okay, the second part. So we've got done through the skill set. We've gone through what to do on the call. How are you actually going to land yourself an opportunity? First of all, we need to know what a legitimate opportunity is, which is, as I've done here, some criterias. You want to be getting on offer which is doing more than 100K a month in revenue. Someone with a legitimate product with results, not just someone who's on a quick cash grab. There's no longevity, not good for reputation, and how can you even sleep at night, right? Regular calls on your calendar, at least 4 per day. That's what a good opportunity looks like. Okay, now, as a beginner, as someone who's just starting out, how the hell are you going to land this type of opportunity? Now, what I've done is I've set up an actionable plan, how you can land that type of opportunity in the next 30 days. First thing is your setup. Okay, so firstly, what you're going to do is take down the flipping weird photos, weird highlights of you and your boys drinking that no one wants to see that. Make your Instagram clean. If you want to make it separate, make a separate account. Here's a good example of what it has in here. 4K, simple bio, clean post. You've got a couple pin posts, got good highlights. If someone, no random or unprofessional content, no one wants to see you flipping, doing some weird stuff, whatever you man are on. Look like someone who's a business owner with trust, simple bio, clear position as a closer. So a business owner feel like, okay, my man can close some deals. Okay, that's basically what the effect we want, right? Next thing, the outreach. Outreach into people with these offers so you can then land the opportunities. And the Loom video. Okay, so a Loom video, essentially a video platform where you film yourself, you introduce yourself, why you are fit to be a closer for this business, XYZ business role, right? So the first thing about the Loom, it needs to be short, direct, high energy. Don't be looking dead inside or like some goth have a bit of energy about you, disrupt a pattern, be yourself, make your jokes, make someone laugh. Because imagine, if you're looking at 50 of the same videos a day, you're not going to hire the person. It doesn't look like you. Do something, make yourself different, make yourself indifferent, right? Pattern up, grab attention instantly. Speak with confidence, conviction, clean background, just a black tee, clean background, similar to myself, or just a white background. You're just separating yourself just with these simple steps. That's all you need to do, guys. Next thing, if you have no experience, mention these things and emphasize on them. Firstly, work ethic. Mention, okay, cool, I haven't been on offer before, but I'm willing to work 12. My calendar's always going to be open. Anytime there's a call, my calendar's going to be open. Okay? Next thing, commitment. Willing to take the most calls. Willing to outwork everyone else. Set my own appointments. Ask for referrals, upsells. I'm going to treat this business, I'm going to treat it like I'm the owner. I'm going to make sure your business scales in the next 6-12 months. If you speak with that conviction, confidence, you'll be surprised how experience goes out the window. Okay? Finding the right offer. Okay? Look for coaches or creators selling info products, meaning selling mentorships, coaching programs, active content. Followers don't really matter. Focus on more of the demand. So as you can see, it's a good example of an offer owner, decent amount of followers. You can see he's got a CTA, call to action in his bio, clearly selling something. These are the perfect people that you can reach out to. Okay? Secret source method, alright? So for you boys wanting a little exclusive from your boy Cam Closers right here, then implement this. And this is actually how I got one of my offers, one of the biggest in the space. Okay, so first of all, pick an offer that you want to work with. Now, pick an offer that you want to work with. You're going to find someone already engaging with their content. So, you're basically getting them a lead. You're getting them someone who's going to be a buying customer, right? So start a normal conversation with them, basically outreach to them. You can message them, hey man, I know we seen we both tap in with XYZ person. Just chop it up. Don't need to sell anything straight away. Build rapport, qualify interest. Hey man, so are you interested in making money online? Okay, cool. What's that you're doing for work at the moment? Like a mini little triage, finding out their current situation. Same way in the the sales call process, just over DMs. Hey, so what's the biggest reason you want to transition out of your job? Okay, cool. How long have you been following my man for? How long have you been following XYZ person for? Oh, it's been this long, right? It's been this long. Okay, cool. Now, what have you done in that time? I haven't done much. Okay, cool. What I can do, I can connect you with one of my guys. Then introduce the offer naturally, get them interested and ready. Then put them in a group chat with the business owner or connect them directly. Guys, it's actually genius when you deep it, okay? So what you're going to do, once you get the person interested, you're going to contact the sales manager or the offer owner himself. You're saying, hey man, I got a qualified lead for you. If I make a 3-way group chat on Instagram, on WhatsApp, whatever, will you take the call and you close it? Everyone's going to say yes. Who's going to deny potential money, right? They're going to say yes. You're going to put yourself in a position of authority because you've already shown competence. And you're just going to pitch your loom the same way after. You're going to pitch yourself, hey man, I'm also a closer. Here's my loom. Can I ask for, or just ask for an interview straight away because you've already shown competence, right? You have now created a lead. You've shown real competence, as I've said, okay? Turn that into the opportunity, message the owner, tell them you brought them a lead, send your loom, position yourself as the closer. Bob's your uncle. The alternative method, which works, people in the network, so the WhatsApp, the Telegram groups, ask those people if there are any offers available. Guys, get your foot in the door, take as many calls as possible, get referred into interviews, leverage those WhatsApp groups that you're in, ask to be on offers anytime they're sent in those chats, be the first one to reply, have the best loom, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. If you've got a bit of this, then just use it. Just put yourself in the best position to actually get the offer. Like if someone had a gun to your head right now saying you've got to make the best loom, you'd go and do it. But a lot of you lot are flipping lazy. It just comes down to laziness and effort. Like put yourself in the room. Okay? Here's the prediction that I mentioned at the start of the video, boys. As if you don't know, this space is getting filled up every single day. More people are coming into remote sales, more people are coming into remote closing, which means that time is limited. And the info space in general, people selling over Zoom and Google Meets calls, it's here to stay, but we don't know how long for. We're going through what's called a trust recession, where buyers and consumers are constantly seeing this marketing way more than 3 years ago. And because they're seeing it so much, the trust has gone down. So staying average and people relying on scripts, people relying on just being average and not competent are filtering out as we speak. But does that mean it's dead in 2026? Absolutely not, and I'll tell you why. because this skill is a foundation. Sales is not the end goal. It's a foundation that builds people towards bigger things. So if you start now and you get competent and you get good and you know how to close deals, how to get people to pay you a lot of money, you will survive. Once you have the skill set, you can't get rid of it. Remote closing in 2026 is definitely not dead. It's just something that's constantly evolving, because every single person watching this video right now has two options. They can literally sit on this information, continue to live the same life and watch what I'm saying pass through their eyes and witness it, or you can actually get your boots on, you can get involved, and you can make the change that you've always wanted to.